Okay, this is episode 17.
Woohoo! Yeah.
I stuck some music in the beginning of episode 15.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
We'll see how it goes. We'll add it to the next couple, and maybe I'll find something better. I've been looking around. It's very hard to find open source music.
Yes.
You know, stuff that has Creative Commons license so that you can use it as long
pretty
as you
good,
tell
though.
who
I mean,
did it.
it's a decent opening song.
Yeah, I figured it was a little eerie, it almost reminded me of Stranger Things.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so here we are, episode 17. We got a bunch of things to talk about, and we'll get started right away with news. Rob Zombie finally posted pictures of them.
Pictures.
Yeah, of them wrapping up the post-production of 3 from Hell.
Okay.
So
I was thinking maybe we got a teaser finally.
I really wish there would be a trailer or
at least
something.
a teaser trailer.
Yeah, there's
something.
nothing right now.
Come on, Rob.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate. They announced Dune. I think we talked about it before. They're remaking Dune.
Yeah. Saw that.
It's been announced as 2 films, which is good. That means they're going to not skimp on the story.
Yep.
Because it's quite an epic book. Salem's Lot, James Wan is producing.
Oh, sweet.
So that looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
That's going to be good, I think.
You know, the TV series as a kid was pretty scary, and then the movie was even scarier.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that this remake will be that much more scary.
Yeah, because of the time in how much time has lapsed between the original and now.
Yeah, and this kind of brings up our movie, but we'll talk about that later.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
Stephen King. Dude, he's on a roll.
Yeah, well,
My Lord.
they have the new Dark Tower series on Netflix that they're working on. Looks pretty good. I'm really have my fingers crossed for The Stand. I love the book.
Oh, they're redoing it again?
There's plans, but nothing has been announced officially. My understanding is either Hulu or Netflix is picking it up.
I liked it. I liked The Stand.
When you watch the TV series now, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, well, I really liked the book, and
The
so
book was fantastic.
Is it horror?
the series was decent.
Oh yeah, it's horror.
Is it?
It's like an apocalyptic.
Yeah, it has
it's like
the-
the end world scenario.
Yep, has the devil and all that other fun stuff in it.
Okay.
Trash Can Man.
Trash Can Man, yeah, a lot of great
Tom
stuff.
Cullen.
Okay.
MOON.
Yep. We got. I posted this. DC's Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah, that looks like a bit like scarier than like Swamp Thing.
Again,
what they're
this
pushing it.
this is a James Wan movie.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on the DC network only. It's going to be on their streaming service.
Man.
You know, unfortunately, things have got to change, and I think Disney did something great that we're all going to appreciate. Disney announced their Disney Plus streaming service. $6.95 a month.
Oh, that's not
good.
bad.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Nobody's that cheap.
No.
Yeah.
And this is great because they said it's going to have 40,000 TV episodes to start.
4K?
It's going to be available in 4K. It'll have
Not for $6.99.
all,
Oh, really?
$6.99. All the Disney movies, all the Marvel movies.
Well, not all the Disney movies.
14 years or 13 or 14 years of The Simpsons will be on it right away.
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Song of the South won't be on there.
No. I have a copy of that if you want it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so
That's not bad.
I'm excited by it because
Yeah.
this means, you know, they're obviously going to have a lot of content.
Yeah.
So
And for
this means maybe Shudder will fucking lower its fucking price.
I wonder how quick they'll jack that price up, though. Like, I wonder if it'll,
And well, the thing is, they didn't say introductory
I'm gonna
price.
bait you in there. And then
They might slowly move it up, like Netflix has been doing to us over the years.
You just move it up gradually like that. It's not that big of a deal.
But the thing is, when you compare content, Disney Plus is going to have a hell of a lot more things I want to watch.
yeah.
I mean, Star Wars.
Plus the original programming that they got planned.
Yeah, they have a bunch, man. They announced the what's it called? WandaVision,
Yeah.
which is Wanda and Vision's TV show. They have the Black Widow, her TV show. They're going to have Jeremy Renner's characters. TV
I
show.
saw that one.
They're doing a whole bunch of stuff, and also the Mandalorian TV series for Star Wars, which is being produced and directed by the guy that did the original Iron Man movie. What the hell's his name? Jon Favreau.
Oh, okay.
he also stars in the movie. Not stars, but
Yeah, he's a character in. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
in a bunch of things because
Yeah.
he put himself into that first Iron Man movie, and now he's forehead of security. So that's great. Let's see what else I was looking at here.
I posted the Salem Slot News on our.
Yeah, I
Yes,
saw that.
Facebook
Very
page.
awesome. There is a new Men in Black International with Chris Hemsworth and Emma Thompson.
Yeah, I saw that.
Emma Thompson, I watched and I really loved The Umbrella Academy, but I didn't really dig her character. I thought her acting was mediocre.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
It was
Which
good.
character-
But
She's the violinist.
yes, yeah. Three from Hell has a rated R for sadistic violence, graphic nudity.
I'm
Okay.
shocked by that.
I'm
Sadistic
glad.
violence.
I'm so tired of PG-13 shit all the time, and Rob Zombie's pretty good for rated R. I
Sherry's
mean,
boobies are getting saggy. I'm sure.
we don't need to see her boobies. I'm sure there'll be
Well,
other girls in
I'm
there.
sure that she'll show others.
I think it's
She
been a while.
has in every movie, I think, hasn't she?
No, I don't think so.
No, the first one she did, and she had her naked assless chaps on for
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
one
but
too.
Yeah,
I think after that though, I think she's
that
been
I
pretty,
enjoyed.
Yeah, very much so.
pretty clothed.
The new Godzilla trailer, I don't know if you saw it. Looks fucking amazing.
I
I don't know about you guys, but I watched Godzilla every Saturday as a
I
child.
used to watch
Yeah.
it a lot as a kid
On
yeah.
WPIX.
Yep.
And
did.
I love Godzilla. The movies in the U.S. have never done very well. I love
No,
the
they haven't.
Japanese ones over the past decade. They've been getting better and better. But the U.S. ones, like the 1998 or 97 Godzilla movie, was horrendously bad.
Yeah.
With Matthew Broderick and all
yeah.
that shit. It was
Cranston was
fucking
in one
horrible.
too, right?
Cranston.
Cranston.
He was in the last one, right?
Yep.
He played the one scientist's husband. And now this one is like the next, which is like King of Monsters. So I have all the monsters in it: Ghidorah, Mothra, Gamera, Rodan. They said there's 13 monsters in the movie. So I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap!
Wow.
I can't even wait.
Monster Battle Royal.
I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah. So I'm excited for that. That trailer looked amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see the final one.
A couple shots posted by Andrew Muschietti. I watched an interview of him and his sister, and up on Instagram he posted these photos of Bill, the character from It, Chapter 1, and the adult version, Chapter 2. Some scenes, some photographs of scenes, no video, but I'm very excited for that. That's coming this coming fall.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's probably one of the best Stephen King remakes yet.
Sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
Dark Tower. Oh yeah, I posted this the other day in our Facebook. So Dark Tower, the dude who plays the guy that does everything for money in Game of Thrones, I can't remember his name.
Oh, Braun.
Yeah, he is going to be the lead character in the Dark Tower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Nice.
that's going to be awesome.
I could see him
Yeah.
in that role.
Yep. The new Chucky trailer. Did you guys check that out?
No, I saw
No.
the teaser trailer. I haven't. There's a new.
They got 2 trailers now.
Do they really?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is when you look at Chucky's face, he's
It's
like
different.
it's robotic.
Little-
it's very different.
A little
But
chubbier too, right?
The thing I like about it is they've tied it into the modern world. It's not just a simple remake. It's a retelling of a story
Oh, good.
with
Okay.
2018 internet connected doll
So
Oh,
type
sweet.
thing. Yeah, so
Okay,
it looks like it's going to be freaking stellar.
Nice.
I'm kind of psyched for that because Chucky, the original one, was great,
yeah.
but I don't think that whole story is going to hold up so great considering modern technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that they've integrated it into that, it looks like the story they've come up with.
Got potential.
Yeah,
Cell phone app.
yeah. There's a cell phone app and all that stuff, so it looks pretty cool.
Sweet.
But the new trailer shows basically Chucky and the kid playing a game together.
Nice.
So you have little robotic Chucky being normal. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. All right. Fuck.
We had some technical.
Yeah, we had a technical
difficulties.
issue. We just lost like 15 or 20 minutes of fucking talking.
It's now somewhere with that lost episode
God damn it.
and Hillary's emails.
Anyway, one thing that we talked about that I want to cover again is the Entity. Shout Factory is releasing the Entity on Blu-ray with a bunch of special features, including some cutout scenes that are back into it. Because, of course, you got to remember the year that it came out, it was competing with The Exorcist, but it was very sexual in nature, the entity. So if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It is a classic film. It is up there with it's what
Hershey.
did I say? Barbara Hershey. Fucking smoking hot scenes of her it's her and her daughter and like she's alone in a bed and like she gets raped by a succubus in the middle of the night. Or an incubus. I'm sorry, succubus is a girl. Incubus in the middle of the night.
Either way, I'm watching it.
It has sex with her. It bites her and gives her like black and blue and bite marks while you watch, and then like it plays with her titties while you're watching. It's pretty crazy.
They should give you like a free set of silicone implants when you buy the disc.
Something to squeeze
so
while
you
you're
sit there
watching
and, like,
it.
squeeze them like your own pair of titties.
Exactly. Classic film. Obviously, part of most people of that generation. If we went to see the film,
I did not.
Barbara Hershey is in your spank bank.
Yep.
So
For sure.
Fuck.
Was the Ted Bundy stuff? Did we talk about that? Was that?
You know what? Let's talk about it again. And this way, if it is in there, I can always cut out the second of it.
Yeah, so that's coming out next weekend on Netflix.
Yeah, the Ted Bundy and it's Zac
Extremely wicked.
Efron. Yeah, and the clip.
Can you put it on your to-do list already? Because they let you do that early sometimes. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I've done that with, like you can go on there and
Very good.
just like search for it, and then it'll say add to your list, and then as soon as it is available, it'll go automatically to
Very
it.
good.
nice.
Very
Yeah,
good.
it's cool.
All right, cool. That's awesome. I like that idea. I'm going to try and do that
Yeah, because
tonight.
it looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, because the clip made me go, what the fuck? That dude is creepy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zac Efron looks like he does a good Ted Bundy.
He's a method actor, or at least we've been told. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, Sabrina.
Well, that's news. And what's
Sabrina season 2 is out. I don't know if you watched any of it.
I haven't watched.
No.
I haven't watched
Just as
season one.
impressive as the first season.
I gotta start watching.
when did that hit?
3 weeks ago.
I totally missed
3
it.
weeks ago.
I totally missed it.
Yep, season 2 is out.
All right. Well,
Just-
it's
just
easy
as
to,
impressive.
It's easy to catch up.
Just as impressive as the first season, and the amount of blood. It's a great show.
Yeah, I told my wife and kids to, and none of them really took interest to it. So it pissed
But,
me off.
that's the thing about it is like I like.
Oh,
they,
I loved it.
They solved
I
their
loved it.
little dispute with the Satanic Temple.
Yeah.
So they got to keep the statue. The statue's still in the
Sweet.
show. They did have to make a modification to
Yes.
the statue because it can't.
It's got a
look
giant wang now.
No. No.
Baphomet with a giant thorny.
Its ball sack got bigger.
Yes, it got a larger ball sack, and its hooves are slightly larger to match the tip of its penis. But yes, So they did change that, but now that Sabrina has the silver hair after the end of last season,
right.
she looks hotter than
I gotta
ever.
start watching it.
Nice.
Great show, and the second season is
So
great too.
did they remember I asked that question at the Christmas episode where the three wise men sort of did they pick up where that? Okay.
Yes, sir,
All right. Cool.
and yes, sir. It's good.
All right,
It's good.
cool.
I like it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We briefly mentioned what we do in the shadows, quick too.
Yes.
because I've been watching.
I
that.
did not get to watch any of it, but I will.
Nick
eventually.
Kroll was in last week's episode. I didn't watch last night's episode because I was watching a hockey game. But
So you think it kind of matches up pretty good with the movie? It's
It
just
does.
as good.
yeah, it's good. I like it. It's corny humor. You know,
it
it's,
was all along. Right?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's funny.
The only difference is this time around they can't say fuck. Like my favorite line from that movie.
They can. I
Since
think
the
they
very-
did.
Really?
Yeah.
Because my favorite line from that
think
movie, and
they
I
did.
remember the very first time I watched the movie, I repeated that line 1,000 times to people, which is,
They might have thrown a fucker of shit in there. And
Really?
Yeah.
it's on
trying to
FX
remember.
though.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
My favorite line is when he's like about the virgins.
Yeah.
Like, why do vampires like virgins? Well, if you think of it, you like a sandwich, you might enjoy it better if someone hasn't fucked it.
yeah.
I love that freaking scene.
No,
Yeah.
but I think, like I said, don't quote me on it, but I'm almost certain they dropped a shitter.
Yeah, I'm trying to-
Shit, yes.
All right.
Fuck, no.
Okay.
I'm shit they can say at night.
Yeah.
HBO is the only one that can say fuck, which, by the way, my son started watching Game of Thrones like from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and the only question was, Dad, why so much dick?
Yeah.
Because they show dick like every
They
episode.
sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do.
Like I said, son, listen, it's HBO. dick and titties.
Yep.
It's everything.
And dragons.
Dick, titties, and dragons.
Yeah. Oh my.
If only the dragon had titties and dicks.
We call it medieval porn.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So let's talk
Top 5?
the top 5.
This was a tough one. There was actually a lot more than I
Yes.
anticipated.
Yes, indeed.
I know when I threw it out there, I was like, I'm just like thinking, but once you started sitting down and.
This week we're going to start with Craig.
Yep. All right. So this was top 5.
Top 5 female villains
Villains.
or monsters or horror movies
Yep.
with a female antagonist.
Yep.
Go for it.
Number 5, I had the grandmother from Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
In the
Okay.
basement.
All right. The
Oh
grandma in the
yeah. Oh
basement.
yeah. I forgot about it. Yeah.
And it was played by what's his name's brother.
Oh yeah. She was filthy. That old lady.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's the scene with all the blood. too.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I forgot. Yeah. That's
Very
a good one. That's
Very
a good one.
Yep.
Yep. So I went with her. Number 4, I had Annabelle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Number 3, I went with Margaret White. Can you guys tell me who she is?
Hold on.
No. No.
She's the mother from Carrie. Carrie White.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
she was fucking
That
nutty.
was
She was a
crazy.
No,
She
are you
creeped
saying
me
the
out.
first?
Oh yeah, the
Carrie?
original.
All right,
oh
okay,
yeah,
good.
the original.
Yeah.
She creeped me the hell out.
Yes. I had plenty
Just
of
her-
nightmares from that fucking movie.
Yeah. So I went with Margaret White. Number 3. Number 2, I went with Pamela Voorhees.
Ah, nice.
Friday the 13th.
Again, that's another great selection because that first the first movie, in fact,
Yeah.
she was fucking batshit crazy, and that was the twist at the end. It's not fucking Jason.
Yeah.
It's his fucking mom.
She played that role well too.
Yep.
Yes.
And she came back to creep me out. When her head was on the
oh yeah,
wagon wheel, the shrine, or whatever you want to
yeah.
call it.
What was that? That was part 2, right?
Yeah.
Or 3.
That was 2.
That was 2. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yep. And my number 1 was Mary Shaw from Dead Silence.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
awesome.
She was creepy.
Very creepy.
That was fucking.
I saw that in the theater.
They
and
had like
just-
that. There was that like little fairy tale thing. They said like don't look something. I can't remember what. The
Yeah,
hell.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Don't look in her eyes. Something.
Yeah.
That, you know, she was dolls. She didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Some
Yep.
bullshit. Like she was creepy.
That's
Yeah.
why she's my number 1.
Especially that scene where that kid was like, "I see your lips moving." And
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah, she gave that evil like yeah.
yeah.
Or when the husband's under the crawl space. That was
That was the fucking scariest.
So
part there.
creepy.
Yeah.
and I was an adult and that like gave me chills.
That
Gave me
that's one of those
chills.
ones kind of
Yeah.
creepy as an adult.
Yeah.
Good list.
I have a huge honorable mention. I'm
That's cool.
only going to do a few.
All right.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I had a couple,
I don't want to spoil. And like you said, I could have kept going.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about The Exorcist too. I mean, I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thrown it on the list or whatever. I went with Samara Morgan. Anybody?
Is that the girl from the Ring?
The Ring.
The Ring. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Esther,
creepy.
Esther. From
Oh, that's from
Orphan.
She's from what was it was the opposite of The Ring. What was it was the other Japanese movie, right?
The Grudge.
The Grudge.
The
right?
Grudge.
No,
No?
that was the Orphan.
Oh,
Did you guys see that one?
No,
I don't
didn't
think I saw
that
The
movie.
Oh,
Orphan.
you have to see that one.
That's a Guillermo del Toro movie, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to see it.
Oh
I
wait,
just
wait,
haven't.
wait.
It's
I
good.
did see The Grudge. All right, I remember
No,
that
no,
one.
not the Orphan. You mean?
Oh, The Orphan.
Yeah, I
No,
said The
didn't see
Grudge, but
No,
his movie is
Grudge- The Grudge
referencing The Orphan.
That was Sarah Michelle Gellar in The Grudge. You remember that
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
She's
yeah.
in Japan. And I'm just going to throw this one, the grandmother from the movie The Visit.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
Fuck yeah! Did you watch The Visit?
I have not watched it yet. You guys talked about it the one
Oh,
episode
dude, you
like
have
a lot,
to. You
and I was
have to.
It's one of those movies that
Oh, it's like a diamond in the. It really is.
yeah, it really is, and it's one of those things where when we went to see it, it
Yep.
was like,
because that's
he's-
M Night
he's-
Shyamalan,
M
right?
Night Shyamalan
Yep.
is hit or miss.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
In
I didn't go
fact-
see it.
In fact, I didn't watch Glass yet, but so many people gave it bad reviews.
Yep.
There was an interview with him where he said it made him cry.
Yep.
There was that
Oh.
many.
I
bad-
would say The Visit is my favorite M Night Shyamalan movie. Period.
I'm gonna say yes.
Better than Split?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Better than Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to watch it.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
It was a way more surprising.
Oh my
twist
God, yeah.
Than,
Oh
than
my
Sixth
I mean,
God,
I
yeah.
remember the trailers for it. I remember the concept. It's
it's
two
the biggest
kids that go to
surprise.
visit
It's
But
the
the thing
biggest
is, like
surprise
nobody
of
went
him.
to see it. Nobody went to see it.
Right.
If you look at the ratings and you look at the opening weekend, it was shit. But when we went to see it, it was like
Fabulous.
Oh my God,
Fucking fabulous.
All right.
not what we expected.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely got to see it then.
All right,
So
go
that's
for
my
it.
list.
Oh,
Your
I'm
turn.
up?
Yep.
Okay, so mine's slightly different. I was trying to, I just kind of went here and there because there was a lot of them. So my number 5 is the Xenomorph Queen from Aliens.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a female.
Yeah,
and
she's a woman.
she's she
egg-laying bitch.
yeah, she was nasty too.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Baby Firefly from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yep.
Sherry
Baby.
Moon Zombie.
I almost put her in my
That role for her was
yes.
great. Like,
Yeah.
She was creepy as shit. Like,
Yeah.
like just so
Yep.
annoying but
Yeah.
cute, and then like
assless chap.
crazy. Like, so I liked her.
Oh no, when she's in the bedroom, like she's a little girl, and
Yeah,
she
she
just
starts.
kinda,
Then she starts like peeling his scalp back.
We like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I like to get fucked up too.
I almost put her down for my list too. Yep.
Yeah.
Number
very good.
3, Annie Wilkes, Kathy Bates from Misery.
Yep.
Man. All right.
That's a goodie.
She was.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
I was trying to
Sure.
go with like crazy bitches, you know, like
And that was a crazy bitch.
yeah. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this one. If you haven't seen this movie, I think it's one that we should watch. If you've seen it, it's a fucked up movie. Lola Stone from The Loved Ones.
Oh yeah, I
I
saw it.
haven't seen it.
I
You haven't
saw
seen
it.
that? Oh,
Wow.
So
it's sort of like Misery.
so this
Sorta,
girl
kind of.
asks this kid out to the prom, and he turns her down because he's already got a date.
Yeah.
And then so
It's Australian or something
yeah,
too, right?
so
yeah.
her and her dad kidnap him and have a prom at their house, but they torture the fuck out
yeah.
of that kid. And then just when you thought you've seen it all,
Yep.
it takes a step further, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
She is a crazy bitch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like super gory, and
All right.
I want to say it's
Yeah.
like 2013 or 2014.
Now you make me want to watch it.
It might be on Netflix or Amazon.
Very good.
Yeah,
I think Amazon.
we should
maybe.
do that as one to like a
I'd watch it.
get
again.
together to
I'd
watch
watch it
because
again.
I think
Yeah,
I saw
I've
it-
never seen
I
it.
think I saw it when it came out, so that was like 5 years ago, and I would watch it again. It was really good.
Yep.
And my number one is Mama from Who's Watching Oliver.
Oh, jeez.
That
Dude,
was
she
perfect.
was an evil bitch, man. Like,
Yeah.
like just sitting there with her cocktails and her makeup all smeared and like cutting down her son
Oh
as
my
he's
God. Come for mama.
banging chicks in front of her and then calling her a filthy little
Now
bull.
clean yourself up.
Like I was like, you know what? I gotta put her. She
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
one.
like-
Right.
because she made that. She really helped to make that movie.
Very good.
So then I have just a couple
Yeah, go
honorable
for it.
mentions. I had a bunch. I whittled them down. Pamela Voorhees was one,
Okay.
and then I did Ginger from Ginger
Ginger
Snaps.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and
All
she
right.
actually she's like a Canadian screen.
I
queen.
almost put her on my list.
She's been in a bunch of
Yeah.
like horror movies. She's cute too, but I thought in that movie like she was really good. So that's my list.
excellent. So here's my list, and it's funny we have a lot of overlaps.
Do we? Yeah.
Number 5. Now this one neither of you had. Let the Right One In.
Oh,
yeah, she was
yeah.
good.
Now the original movie.
Oh, yeah, the farm.
original movie.
Yep.
That girl's name is Linda Leanderson.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
little girl who played the.
Very awesome. I loved her as a
I
character.
totally forgot about that.
She was a complete
Yeah, was that
and
like
awesome villain.
Iceland or something?
Yep.
Where that was
And
filmed,
the
right?
best part was she was so sweet and nice to the boy, but she was fucking vicious on all the people she
Oh
attacked.
yeah.
Number 4, Annie Wilkes from Misery. That's Kathy Bates.
She was a crazy bitch.
Yep.
Dude, she was nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
And I think that was one of the things that did it for me. Was just like she sold the nuttiness.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
yeah.
Oh, the
Jesus
cockadoodies.
And you're gonna remember that role forever. You know,
can't kill Misery. Oh, whoa, wait.
she bashes his legs in with a
and
sledgehammer.
the scene was
Oh, yeah.
fucking. Ugh. My number 3 is from Dusk to Dawn. Satanico Pandemonium. Selma Hayek. All I could think about was titties when I was making this list.
Titties. That scene is just
Satanico pandemonium.
She's dancing
Burned
there
in
with,
my
the python, and she
my.
dumps the wine down her breasts.
Oh my god!
It's a tequila.
That's right. It was tequila. That's right.
And it goes off her toe, and George Clooney.
Oof.
Take a tug of that.
My number 2 is Dead Silence. Mary
Shaw.
Oh,
Mary
nice.
Shaw,
Yeah.
played by Judith Roberts.
Yep.
Again,
Heck yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
All I can think about is the scene under the house,
Yep.
and the scene with that fucking kid. She was doing the little puppet show,
Yeah.
and the kid's like, "I can see her lips moving," and she like fucked him up. Like, and then my number 1 is Regan from The Exorcist.
Okay.
Linda Blair. Again, because that movie terrifies me, and I just
Even
wanna-
still, like thinking about that.
My honorable mentions. I've got Syl from Species.
Oh, yeah.
Natasha Henstridge. Hot piece.
Hello.
And of course, Sherry Moon Zombie as Baby from House of a Thousand Corpses.
All right.
There's some good lists.
Yeah,
Really
and
good.
we have a couple overlaps there. We kind of think alike. It's titties and horror. The combination made in hell. Very good. So let's talk. We got 2 things we're going to touch. 2 movies we're going to touch on today. Our primary film of review is Pet Sematary remake. But before we touch onto that one, which I know we're all very anxious to talk about, let's talk A Nightmare on Elm Street. Chris and I went to see A Nightmare on Elm Street on the big screen.
It was nice.
The original film. It was nice to see it on a big screen, and you kind of forget about scenes that since you haven't watched a movie in so long, you forget about some of the scenes and some of the acting in it, and it made for such a refreshing experience of nostalgia. It was really good.
It really did. And you forget because it's been a while since I've watched it again, and you forget how kind of like gritty and dirty the first one is. You know, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They-
his
they really-
voice, it was so terrifying.
And it was definitely like a Wes Craven. I mean, it had all the markings of a Wes Craven film. You know, when you think about The Hills Have Eyes, what was that other one? Did he do
Scream?
No, because Scream was way after that. I'm thinking about the late 70s horror movies that he did. Didn't he do, was it Last House on the Left or something like that?
Oh yeah.
So
that was him.
So you take those early 70s films that he did,
Mm-hmm.
and this has all the markings of a Wes Craven film, but something unique, something new and different that like nobody else did. And then you take some of those what once were A-list actors, right? The dad, he was an A-list actor. The mom
Who's that, like
was an A-list
Michael
actor. She was in a
Ironside?
lot
Was
of
that
great.
Michael Ironside?
Is that, I can't
See
remember
the dad?
freaking
I think
names.
it's Michael Ironside.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can't remember the names.
I didn't
but
realize the mother was a.
she was in a bunch of movies in
Really?
the 60s.
Yes.
Yeah, she was an A-list player.
And I think it was one of Johnny Depp's first roles, right? Like
That was,
It
and
was
as a
his
matter of
first
fact, I
role.
noticed that in the credits it said
Introducing.
introducing Johnny Depp. That
Yeah.
was his first film.
Yeah, and like look at him now.
And his murder scene was iconic.
Oh, yeah.
that is it. That's probably one of my top murder.
And the
scenes.
music. The music was creepy to me, too, that piano part.
Yep, the music was good. The special effects were pretty decent for a 1984 film. The blood was, one of those movies. That was one of those movies that the blood was just like over the top. For
Yeah.
1984, the blood was over the top.
Oh,
Yeah,
Um,
and the guy who played the first kid, who they thought was the killer. He played Chirulo in Wildcats.
That's
too.
right.
I was
That's
like, I forgot that's Chirulo from Wildcats.
yeah, and that was 4 years after that he did it. 1989 Wildcats was, right?
Yeah.
88 or 89. I think it was 89. But anyway, that just
And-
it was good to watch that classic film on a big screen.
And I was kind of worried at first because remember they showed a trailer for something beforehand,
And the picture looked
and
horrible.
the picture was horrible. I'm like, oh my god, is this how bad this film's gonna look? Because I don't know if I'm gonna.
I
sit
think
through
that
the whole
trailer
thing.
came off of like the internet or something.
was like, I don't think I'll be able to
it
sit
was
through
like a
that.
YouTube trailer.
So
or
was
something.
it a little blurry?
No, it was great.
fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Fantastic.
really good, and the sound was quality too.
Very good. Yeah,
Okay.
it was
And-
a great film.
It wasn't as full as I thought it would be. I thought there'd be a lot more people
Yeah, I
there
really
for that
thought
one.
so too because that was a classic. I mean, that was a horror movie classic, but there was
It's
really
a shame, too, because it's not that
There was
big of
more
a
people
theater
there, I
either.
think, for the Changeling than there was.
Really?
For,
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys didn't go, but I went for the the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
It was sold out.
really?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, that's
So-
a good movie, but like, you know.
But come on, man, Nightmare on
Yeah.
Elm Street.
Yeah.
There just wasn't that many people there.
Crazy.
And there was there was
something
a
else
film
going on,
festival
too.
going on that night. So like
There was
it
something weird going on. There was
Yeah.
people like dressed up, and then
It was a Lehigh Valley Film Festival, so they were doing screenings, and
So that's probably
there was a crowd of people there. And I thought, oh, this must be for the movie. Nope,
well.
there was like
that's
10 of us
just
in there.
distracted. From,
Yeah, probably the case. But yeah, there was one or two scenes that people laughed because it nowadays just looks.
so what scenes
silly.
did you mention that you forgot about some scenes?
Well, the one that
Which one?
that I didn't necessarily forget about, but everybody forgets about, is they explained the origin of Freddy in that movie.
yeah,
A lot of people go, no, they never did. No, they
they
did.
did. Yeah, she
They-
tells she's all
very-
drunk. Her mom's all
Yeah, in
drunk
the kitchen,
and she's
right.
telling her about it. She's like, we were
ki-
protecting you
yeah,
kids.
We
but-
put a line of gasoline.
and then she
in
shows him down. She brings him downstairs.
Look, I
and-
even have his knives. Mommy's protecting
Yeah.
you.
Well, why the hell why did she keep the that was the one thing I couldn't figure out.
Why
she
would she
kept
keep the knives?
She kept them in the basement, and didn't she keep them in the furnace?
Inside the furnace, like tucked up
so
behind
does the furnace
back.
not work?
Apparently not.
It's like, wait a minute, they're in the furnace.
Apparently not. My thought is like, all right, so it's an old home with an old furnace. That they left the old furnace there, but there's another one somewhere else. I don't know. Like,
I never thought about it before, and then I was watching. I'm like,
and it was wrapped in cloth, so there's like, nah,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people forget that the origin of Freddy was clearly explained. They didn't show it, but it was clearly explained in the movie.
And I forgot the other thing that bothered me about it, and especially as a teenager when I first watched it, there was no TNA in it. Like,
no,
you heard them having sex, and you saw the girl in her skimpy little like nightgown,
no TNA.
and I was just, you're waiting for nothing.
well, you think about it, Wes Craven was not known for putting TNA.
True,
in his
it's true.
movies, so.
It's true. Yeah, but at the time, though, I was a
Yeah.
teenage kid, and you expect that from your horror movies in the '80s. You expect to see some titties.
And another great scene in there, which I explained to you on the way out, is there's this great iconic moment.
Oh, yeah, you
where Nancy's trying to stay up all night, and she has the all night movies on, and it's Evil Dead.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the
I
story
remember.
behind that is that when Evil Dead was filmed, what's his name? The director,
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, loved The Hills Have Eyes, and this was his directorial debut. He put a poster of The Hills Have Eyes in the basement of the cabin. So when you're in the cabin and they find the book, there's a poster of The Hills Have Eyes there.
Yeah.
And during this one of the scenes, they grab the poster and rip it off the wall, and that was his thing to Wes Craven, saying, "I'm the master of horror now." And then Wes Craven put, that movie on there during Nightmare on Elm Street to say, "No, I'm the master of horror." But they did this back and forth for several movies, putting little things back and forth to each other.
that's pretty cool.
That I think was it's
Yeah.
fun to see it in action.
Yeah, that is
when
fun.
you're watching the film.
Yeah, I didn't know
having
that. Now I'm gonna have to pay more attention.
New information. Yeah. Okay, so here's the next three movies. May 4th, Audition. Now, my understanding, I've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
But from what one of my friends who's really into horror films told me is it has one of the best female villains.
I was gonna say it's
Because when I told him about the list, he goes, "Oh, Audition." I'm like,
it's like a
didn't see it,
Japanese
man.
film or something,
Yes.
though, isn't it? Yeah.
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 Is it newer or
No,
they're
it's an
they're
older
old.
film.
I guess they show all.
it's the 20th anniversary of Audition.
Oh wow.
So it's not
20 years old.
Yeah, but that in our life.
All right, shut up, man. You're making me feel old. June 1st, The Blair Witch Project,
Ugh.
20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get nauseous watching a movie.
Yeah. I do
Yeah, I
too.
didn't like it either.
And then July 6th, The Stuff, which is a great movie.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to see that one on the big screen again. So I'm thinking Audition I'm going to go see and The Stuff, but I won't go see Blair Witch.
Yeah, I'll have to check to see Audition. I think I have something that weekend, but that'd be the first, I think, right?
The 4th.
4th.
Yes,
Okay.
the 4th.
I'll check my schedule.
Okay, so now on to the feature film review. I know. Pet Sematary. This is a remake of the original Pet Sematary movie based on a Stephen King story
That you read.
that I read.
I never read it.
That I loved. I love that story, right?
Mm-hmm.
The book was great. It was very different than either of the movies, but it was great. This new movie, I don't feel good about.
the trailers gave me a lot of hope.
Yep, had some hope.
You know,
They gave a couple glimpses of Zelda in the trailers,
right?
Which those scenes weren't even in the movie. Basically the director pulled the same stunt that Marvel pulls on us, which is show a scene that's not in the movie.
There was, and like I told you, because we went and saw it separately. I went and saw it first, and then they went and saw it like a week later. Like the same thing with like the kids. You were talking about how the kids play a major role in
the
like,
book,
right?
And
other
pets,
and a whole bunch of other pets,
Yeah.
and they start the movie out by showing you those kids.
The kids, and they're marching a pet in a wheelbarrow
But
to
that's
the
about
cemetery.
it. That's about it.
And that's the end.
Yeah.
He briefly tells them about it, and then just
Yep.
fuck it.
I had a lot of hopes. I was thinking, oh my God, they're going to do the other
I mean,
pets.
we can do.
They're going to have the
There's
other
no
kids.
spoilers with this.
Yeah,
either,
there's
because
not
it's
really.
Older. It's an older movie.
It's a
Well,
remake.
if you didn't watch the remake and you're worried about spoilers, then you should stop right here and come back and listen to our non-spoiler-free review.
Because the end is a spoiler.
Yeah. So, first of all, let's put it this way. The idea, so they basically changed up a whole lot of things. One of them being they moved from Boston, Massachusetts, up to Maine.
Yeah.
right.
The first of all, in the first movie and in the book, the distance wasn't that far from the parents. In fact, it barely made any sense when you got to the scene where the wife and one of the children went to her parents' house. It didn't make any sense. It was too far away,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
in the book, it wasn't that far away. In the first movie, it wasn't that far away. It's supposed to be taking place in Maine. They moved from one town in Maine to another town in Maine, and that's it. They screwed this one up really bad.
Yeah.
The second complaint I have is that whole story at the beginning, they wasted a lot of time trying to develop characters that they really never landed.
Yeah, they never.
They didn't land those character details.
They tried to make it seem like Judd and the little girl formed some sort of bond, but he talked to her like one time, like, and all of a
And that was
sudden,
it.
then all of a sudden you're supposed to think that they're like best friends and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
and
like,
he even said, "I'd never, what did he say? But it was like, I really love her or something
Yeah, like,
like that."
yeah,
And it was like,
Yeah, but there was one scene where he showed her where the cemetery is. The mom came and got her, and then all of a sudden the girl's like showing up at his house saying, "Hey, I made cookies. You want cookies?" It's like, what did this?
yeah,
Where did this come
yeah.
from?
The character development was non-existent.
I didn't like
really.
Victor because you couldn't see any of the damage.
Yeah, and he didn't have as big of a role either. Like,
No.
He didn't, no.
like it was like the beginning, and then like once, and then like
Yeah, I mean the first Pet Cemetery, he just had his eyes, and you could see the damage.
yeah. But
This
he
one,
also,
it didn't even look like he was in an accident like that because it's just like a massive shit on the side of his
Well, that's why I
head.
said you couldn't tell the details
Yeah.
of the.
and he wasn't in it as much either. Like he
No.
just like he pretty much was kind of his guide throughout the original. Like
Yep.
and he was again like 2 or 3 scenes, like but barely. Like
Yeah.
like you're like how do you even care who he is?
I did like. I mean, there's a few good points, and we should probably. I thought the sort of setting and the ambiance, like the woods was creepy.
They did a good job making the woods creepy. Yeah.
Woods were very creepy.
And the trek into the woods, I thought they did a good job building up the creepiness.
Yep. Yeah.
There was some suspenseful parts. I love the. Was she in the bathroom? That was a really good part where she was having a flashback when she was a kid.
Yes.
With the,
Yes, that was pretty good
the
too.
dumb waiter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And she
the
opened up
medicine
the
cat.
medicine
That was like
cabinet.
so good,
Yeah.
and that was like I was on the edge of my seat. So there was some good suspense.
There was
and
a
like I said, the ambience was good. And
Yeah. There was a significantly smaller amount of Zelda.
yeah.
Like they just barely told that story.
But the Zelda parts were better, I thought, than the original. But it was very far and few.
Yeah, there was so little of it.
Yeah.
Because remember, Zelda in the first one, like, there's a scene where she gets up out of bed and she's like in the face of the mom.
They don't really tell you the backstory. They did a little,
Just a little
backstory.
bit about like, oh, mom and
This
dad were
one. They
gone.
did
She
a
had
nice
this.
job giving you some backstory.
The other part that bothered me too was so when she leaves in the original to go to her parents' place, and they're all distraught because their child just died, which it flip flops in this one.
Yeah.
But remember during the funeral or during the wake afterwards, her dad like lays into him.
Oh, yeah.
like really like blames him for it all.
Yeah.
And, and so you at least feel bad for the guy, and you're thinking, okay, like like he feels horrible, so he's gonna do this.
Right.
In this one, he just decides he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not like they don't even, the thing is, they don't even anchor the father-daughter relationship enough to make you believe he would do it.
right.
Yeah.
Or that it even affected him all
You
that
just
much.
like, and you knew it was gonna happen because we've seen the movie before.
Right.
But like, I was like, like I didn't feel like I was like,
And
okay.
it all goes back to, like, he spent too much time on bullshit and didn't develop the characters enough. We didn't feel connected to any of them. There wasn't a single character in that
and it
movie
was
that
short
I
as
felt
shit.
connected
It
to.
was short. Like if he would have took a little bit more time. I mean, look how long it was,
Yeah.
and nobody cared that it was that long because
it was fantastic.
Because it was, and they developed characters in that movie.
Great character development. You had emotional connections to them. But by the time you got to the kids trying to take care of Pennywise,
You cared.
you cared.
Right, you
and
felt
it
really-
made those scary scenes that much more scary.
Right. This one, I was like, oh, shit, it's over
There
already?
was no emotional connection. There was poor character development. Even the whole story. I forget the old guy's character's name. Judd. When he tells his story about his wife and all that shit, like you didn't feel anything for
No.
him. You didn't even feel like he was even affected. It was stupid. Like the whole thing was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the ending, they
Oof.
totally fucked the ending in the worst
Was that-
possible way.
Dude, that was probably the worst ending.
It
I've
was
ever
horrifically
seen.
bad. Like, first of all, the book didn't end like that. The first movie didn't end like that. Like, he just pulled it out of
Are
his
we
ass.
looking at a sequel?
I
That's
guess.
probably why they did it.
What the fuck?
Pet Cemetery. Well, I
Ugh.
mean, and there was a Pet Cemetery too, but it was completely different.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah, it
people
was
and
completely different. There were different characters in it. It took place years later.
Low
it was
budget.
actually more of like a
Bad.
comedy, I thought.
Yeah,
Than,
it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ending of this one was so bad, especially then you got the resurrected dad, mom, and daughter coming out the car with the little kid in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on,
Yep.
it's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you hear the beep beep. I'm like they're opening up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody had a car key or something.
Yeah, but it's
like,
dumb.
what
It
the
is
fuck?
dumb. It was a dumb scene. The ending was dumb. It
Yeah.
was stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
it really sucked because I went with my friends who don't really go to a lot of horror movies because we'd all seen the original together numerous times, and it was a good night to go see it, and the trailers made it look like it was going to be great, and then we're all just sitting there like,
It was a missed opportunity.
Yep.
It was a missed opportunity for a retelling that could have been awesome.
yeah,
It was the sets were cool. Like
Yep.
the design of the Pet Cemetery looked fantastic.
it did.
I love the Pet Cemetery. I love the tree border to get over to the dark
With
side of the
and then
cemetery.
the fog kind of.
Yeah, it looked fantastic.
Yep.
The spiritual burial ground where you have the scene of the swamps beyond it.
I think the
Just
girl
looked
did a
awesome.
nice job
Yeah.
acting.
She did
Right.
fine.
She did. That's a good point. I thought she did a really good job, especially like as the when she
Yeah.
became like the killer.
Yeah, no,
She portrayed that role pretty well, I thought.
Yeah. When she came back and like she was laying in bed and her eyes were like semi
yeah.
crooked and she's like, "Daddy, am I dead?"
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. No, she-
that was true. I'll give that part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was good.
But other than that, I just didn't feel anything. I when we left the theater, I'm just like, well, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
And the thing is that I told you before you went to see it, I said, you'd be better off going to just waiting for it to come out on DVD.
yeah,
Like,
but I was like, you know what? I wanted to review it. We talked about reviewing it. Let's fucking review it.
yeah,
And I said, you know what? It's a new movie. Let's review it.
the truck scene was good too. They did a really nice job with that. I thought with the birthday party and they're playing high, and how they would set that all up. And
Yeah, but the way that they changed it around,
Yeah, I
it
know,
just I didn't like that. Yeah, I mean,
you knew it was coming, and you're still like, oh no, like you could.
it
Just,
was
you could
pretty
just sorta-
horrific just to have a kid die. But
Yeah,
again, they missed another opportunity there because again, killing Gage was an
that-
emotional impact in the
that
first
really
movie.
tugged your heart, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
And I think they missed an opportunity there to better develop the characters and then kill Gage again.
right.
It would have made a bigger impact emotionally on the entire film.
yeah.
Maybe
but
it's hard to find little kids that young these days
Yeah.
that could pull that off.
Like,
that
I
quick.
want to play with you.
Yeah, that was, dude. My daughter used to be freaked out by that scene. Every
Yeah.
time I played that movie, she's like, I can't stand it.
His little bloody kid laying there in the
Yeah.
middle of the highway.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I was always like, that kid got creamed by
Oh,
that
yeah.
truck. And when he
Yeah.
comes back, he's just got a little
Well, even her too.
scrape
Yeah.
on his.
Well, again, it's you got to
I know,
remember, like,
I know.
the thing about it is they And again, I said this is a missed opportunity. Special effects. It's 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
Special
They
effects.
could have really made them look gross.
It could have looked amazing.
Yeah.
And back then, if they would have done that kind of gore, it would have been like rated X. You couldn't show that kind of gore in
Right.
movies. Now, we're so desensitized to it. It would have been a rated R, and they could have showed significantly huge amounts of
And
gore.
that was the thing too. Like it was rated R, and I was like, did it need to be?
Yeah, not really.
No, I was trying to. I'm like,
No.
The only scene that maybe got it to rated R is when she slit his Achilles heel and then stabbed the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, and
Eh.
she did stab the shit out of him.
Yeah.
She kept going.
Yeah.
yeah, which that was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe that.
And when Daddy got the
Right through the
pick
spike
through
right through his
yeah,
chest.
chest, that was sort of.
Again, that part pissed me off because like, oh, you're too late when they buried the mom. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
don't tell me they're gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they kill him, and now he's
Oh, as soon as I saw that,
Uh,
as soon as I saw that, I was like, "This
like,
is-
what is this? A fucking zombie movie now?
Yeah."
Come on.
And you knew it. I was gonna say, as soon as he died, I'm like, he doesn't die. I'm like, this is gonna get stupid.
Yeah.
yeah,
They missed an opportunity where the first movie did a nice wrap up at the end. I liked the ending of the first movie. This one,
yeah.
the twist was stupid. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they thought they were going to make money and have a second one. Nah, it didn't make enough. It barely made back what they spent on it,
Yeah.
and the reviews were horrifically
Well, yeah,
bad.
I can imagine. Word of mouth is going to be terrible for
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah,
Like I went looking forward to it and was.
Well, yeah.
fact-
Chris even gave us a heads up.
dude, I was
Don't
surprised
fucking do it.
that it was still in the theaters when Craig and I went. And in fact, how many people were in the theater? It
There
might have
was-
been 6.
No,
Really?
there was more than that.
Was there?
Yeah,
it
there
wasn't
was-
very many.
Yeah, you may be right. There was probably 3 couples.
Yeah.
So
Was it-
who directed that? Do we know who the
I don't know. Let me look it up because I
Oh.
know I'm not going to go see this guy's movies anymore.
Well, it's not the director; it's the screenplay too.
It's
like
both. The
whoever-
director
Yeah.
could easily take a shitty screenplay and turn it around a bit.
Well, he couldn't change the ending.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Whoever wrote that too needs to be.
Yeah.
Stephen King needs to go beat that guy up.
Fuck yeah. It's tarnishing his name. You know. What I
You know,
mean?
it's
Like,
funny because I wanted to go back and look at Twitter and see if Stephen King mentioned anything
Yeah.
about the movie, but I didn't look. I'd be interested to see what he says about it.
Yeah. So you could wait for it to come out on streaming or maybe HBO, something free.
Yeah.
You know.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I don't spend your money seeing this movie. I mean, it's worth watching just for the fact of watching it, but don't pay to watch it.
Yeah, and then the good thing is too, if it's like 9 o'clock at night and you're in the mood to watch something but don't want to stay up too late, you can watch this because I don't even think it hits an hour and a half. I want to say it's like an hour and 20.
Yeah, it was
Maybe.
short too. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got home and my wife's like, "The movie's over already?"
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, and that's with the trailers, the 20 minutes of
Yeah,
trailers.
Carmen said the same thing. She's like, "Oh, you're home."
Yep, sure am.
Oh my god! I'm just trying to look for the director, and I get all these fucking stories pop up. Like, Pet Sematary has a shocking change.
Yeah.
And yes, Stephen King approved.
Did he really?
Apparently,
Uh,
Stephen King's Pet Sematary remake continues a hit or miss streak of movies.
this is the miss, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple misses
Oh yeah.
because the Dark Tower series.
Well, the TV
Oh my
oh, yeah,
fucking
the
god, that
TV.
was horrible. The TV series is going to be better, but
Well, they did a TV on USA or something, didn't
No,
they? The Dark Tower.
There was the one on Hulu.
No, we're
no, no.
talking when they redid. It was like back in the early '90s. They redid The Shining. They did the Dark Tower. They did.
Oh yeah, I remember them redoing The Shining.
Children of the Corn. They redid.
yeah.
That was the dude from Wings, I think. That was
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Shining.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Steven Weber.
A lot
Yeah.
of people didn't like the remake of The Shining. I loved it.
Well, yeah, because it was more
Closer to
the
closer
book.
to the book. Yeah,
It was way closer to the book. and
because
I
it's more about
loved
the
it.
kid.
Yes.
Yeah,
The one with the Steven Weber. The one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I liked it. I actually thought it was pretty good.
Stanley Kubrick's movie is not a Stephen King movie.
too. It's a Jack Nicholson movie.
Yeah, it's a Stanley Kubrick movie. You know,
Right.
so he took the idea, the seed of The Shining, and turned it into something completely different. The Shining miniseries that they did to remake it is the Stephen King story.
Right. I like
which
them
I
both.
liked.
I like them both.
Yeah, I did like them both, but I always, whenever someone says Stephen King, The Shining, and no, Stanley Kubrick, The Shining. But yeah, so the Dark Tower movie did horrible. This Pet Sematary movie did horribly, and now, it was fantastic. I'm a little concerned about it too, only because,
I'm not.
the directors, brother and sister. So the brother wrote and directed. The sister's the producer. They did a great job. But I watched a couple of interviews with them, and they said, "Look, we didn't think about part 2 at all yet." So I'm like,
Oh,
okay. So let's see how it goes. And this is only it was only the second movie he ever made.
oh wow.
Yeah. So
It's got a.
it could be a hit or it could be a miss this time. You never know.
I don't think so.
Part 1 was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I still watch it all the time. Like I must have watched it 8 times already. My kids watch it. I watch it.
Yeah, I have
It's
it
a
saved
fantastic
in my
movie.
list.
Yeah, it is.
Directed by Kevin
Throw on pick 4.
Kloch. And Matt Greenberg wrote the screenplay.
Boo. That's right.
Sorry, fellas.
The reviews were just
Go back to film school.
really, really bad.
How did it get so? They must have figured out a way to hack like Rotten Tomatoes or something.
I don't know. Metacritic only gave it a 50.
That's generous. 50 out of 100, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Rotten Tomatoes.
Prior to us going, Rotten Tomatoes had given it a pretty good score, I'd thought.
I think viewer score was like,
Yeah, it was higher than.
it was low, but it wasn't horribly low. Pet Sematary. Ooh. No way, man. Reviewers, actual reviewers gave it a 58%.
What?
And audience score was 30,
Oh.
which sounds about
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah, that's what. I'd say about a 30.
See, fuck critics. They don't know what they're fucking talking
Yeah.
about.
They look at, cinematography.
Yeah.
But it's more to it than that.
Yeah, I know.
There's audience connection. So, out of 5 stars, I give it 1.5.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. 1.5.
I'll give it a 2.
2?
Yeah.
So let's say we'll average that out. We'll say 2.
1.75.
1.75.
Yeah.
Done. 1.75. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that again, if you're gonna watch that movie, go watch it. Just don't pay to watch it.
Yeah,
You don't want to encourage that kind of bad picture production.
that's right.
If you start giving it money, they'll just want more.
Don't feed the cats.
Exactly.
Don't feed the stray cats.
Exactly.
Next week, next one. Do we have a topic?
No, let's talk about it. We need 2 things to discuss right now. What is the topic for the top 5, and what movie are we watching?
You were gonna name one last time, I think.
No, I did the female.
Oh, did you?
Yep, you did. That's correct. It's your turn. What do you got?
Doesn't
shit.
have to be.
Uh,
They can go. What's is it May? So Memorial? No, I don't know.
Let's do.
Summer camp.
No, we kind of did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
How about favorite kill scene in a slasher?
Your
Top
favorite-
five, top five,
kill scenes.
top 5 kill scenes in slashers. That way,
Slashers.
because there's a lot of kill scenes.
Yeah.
So-
I think I got my number 1 already.
All right.
That way, that way we won't knock out the entire category with.
So top 5 kill scenes in a slasher, and we should cover the movie it's in, and the character who gets killed, and the character that does the killing.
Yeah.
Just kind of outline what your favorite part of it is. So top 5. Good. As for a movie, we got an option here. We can go to the theater and watch something,
Lorna.
or it's Chris's turn to
Yep.
to host. So
Yep.
one or the other. Let's figure it out.
I know he's been hankering to see in the apocalypse.
Yeah, I
I
am,
kind of
but
want to see it too.
Christmas is.
yeah, I am, but I don't. I
it's a
kind of don't want to.
holiday.
Yeah, I don't want to do it like.
Yeah.
Do it in the summer. Like, why don't we? Let me sleep on it.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
like
good.
like I said, we can. Lorna's out right now. Even we can get it
Yeah,
out
I
of
think
the way.
there's a couple decent ones coming out in May too.
Is there? Yeah.
I think so. Let's.
All right.
Let me.
We'll discuss it. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be a surprise to the audience next time.
Woohoo.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. See ya.
Good night.
Thanks.